So I've been inactive on YouTube for about an entire year, which is actually kind of a big thing. It's kind of a big deal because nobody goes inactive for a year. At least nobody that actually cares about their channel. Except me. I mean, you might be thinking, well, if you care about your channel, why have you gone inactive for a year? Have you been secretly making videos but haven't uploaded them? No, of course not. What kind of person would do that after already uploading them? That's the kind of thing you do before you upload your first video. I've been inactive for an entire year against my will. Okay, I did not choose to be inactive for a year. In fact, I've chosen every day that I want to upload to my channel, and yet have been completely and utterly incapable of doing so. So, if you have watched any of my original videos, which I doubt any of you have, it'd be really cool to see some people who actually have watched those videos find this video. But the vast majority of the views are probably going to be absolute strangers, or maybe some people from the Witherstorm series, but they don't know my story. So if you watched my first two videos, I've talked about how I was playing on a bad computer. There's evidence even in the comment section. I literally responded to somebody as to why the quality was so bad. I was playing on a laptop because I didn't have a computer. And I literally had a computer, but I couldn't use it because my dad had taken it. So I started my channel on a laptop. On a Chromebook, of all things, and somehow I got Linux on it, and was able to play, even with such low quality. Quality so bad, I couldn't even play the new versions of the game. It'd crash. So I played 1.7.5.
Oh, man, honestly, I preferred it when it was black. Now I'm just getting flash banged. Anyways,
and then I got my computer, and an important thing happened first. I uploaded an SMP video.
First of all, I have an SMP that I will be opening, and the reason is because I will be getting my computer back very soon.
All I know is that I uploaded an announcement video because I was gonna make an SMP when I got my computer back. And then when I got my computer back, I didn't start the SMP immediately. Instead, what I did was I made a cave dweller video.
Oh! Hey, oh! No! I just saw it.
And you can see that. That's me playing with friends, which half of them actually I did not even know until before I uploaded that one video. Because when I uploaded that one SMP video, a few people joined the Discord server. Cyber, looking for editing. Latashi, looking, well, because it appealed to him when I said,
I don't think anyone's really interested, but if you're bored, don't really know what to do with your life, and you have Minecraft Java Edition, you can.
And Galaxy, I guess also because he wanted to play. Anyways, then they join. I talk to him for a little bit. I make the cave dweller video, and then I start working on the Witherstorm series, and everything seems to be going like just lovely. Finally, I can make good quality videos. My channel's gonna soar. I can follow my dreams. But no, I cannot. You see, my channel ends with the Witherstorm series. You could watch my video, my update video. It's got a little like picture of my, like, would you call that an OC? I don't know. I wouldn't consider that. That's just my brand for right now until I face reveal. But anyways, you can see the little blue guy pointing, with the background literally being a screenshot from a Tommy Innit video. So creative. Anyways, in that video, I talked about how I had plans to collab with Sparksy.
Channel. It's Sparksy. I'm not just using you to get views. I would like you to know that. I mean, I am, but I'm not just, not just, like, you're cool. You got a cool personality, and you'd help my channel grow, and I could help your channel grow, I guess. But I also think that we could be great friends. And if you would like, we can escalate it. You can go farther than that if you'd like.
Crazy that I've known this guy for a year at this point. But anyways, in fact, all of them, because I haven't even talked to them for a year. That's an entirely other thing. But anyways, I feel like, everything is so complete. And then after the recording of the second Witherstorm video, actually during the recording of the third, during the recording of the footage, which would not be used actually in the third video. If you watch the third you can't actually, well, actually you can, because it's evidence. You can watch it. I'll link it in the description of the video. The third Witherstorm series, I was playing for half of it, but there was no POV of me.
Can we just keep this in the video? What we're doing to Acid Andrew?
And this is because I was recording, but I had to shut my computer off abruptly mid playthrough / video because my dad had gotten home. So my parents, they've always been very strict on me with my computer and stuff, and I was fine at first, but my dad just didn't want me talking to people online, and so I kind of got in a little bit of trouble for this. And anyways, I didn't want my friends to continue the Witherstorm series without me. I mean, you can't do that. And also didn't want it to get delayed either. It had already been delayed. And also, when I was recording the third video, it was also after a certain incident. So I documented this in a little book, which I don't know, I'm not gonna post it for anybody to see. Maybe I will later. But anyways, I documented it, so that's the only reason I know why this certain occurrence happened. Basically, I had gotten I guess I failed an English test. Now I don't really know why exactly I did this. I know I wasn't exactly on top of my work, but anyways, I failed an English test, which I can't exactly blame me being depressed for this either, because I don't exactly remember the whole timeline, and I don't see how exactly I could be depressed at this point, because it seemed like everything was going perfectly fine. But anyways, I failed an English test, and as a result of this, my dad said that I could not watch YouTube. So I'm not allowed to watch YouTube. Damn. That sucks. Now what the frick am I gonna do? Can't use my computer. Can't watch YouTube. I'm bored. So what do? I watch YouTube. Anyways, I get caught. Aw, that sucks. I get in a little bit of trouble. I don't remember exactly what happened, but I do know that my dad said it's not gonna be good if you get caught again. And guess what? Okay, I got caught again. Literally. Yeah. And I don't know what the threat was. I don't know what the stakes were, but I do know what the penalty was, the punishment, as a result of going on YouTube and getting caught a second time. My dad straight up walked over to my computer, grabbed my main monitor, and smashed it like at least 4 times into the desk. And obliterated it. Even the keyboard got damaged. He wasn't even smashing in the area of the keyboard. Anyways, then he proceeded to violently rip cords out of my computer and think that he had actually destroyed it. Exactly. His goal was not just while all he did was actually just destroy the monitor and take away my mouse and my mic, which leads to me having bad mic quality. My computer might have even been smashed when recording that one hardcore video, since the mic quality was so bad, come to think of it. Okay, I think I'm gonna wander off. I'm not gonna wander off. I'm not gonna wander off! No. Stay away! Get away, you peasant! You bag of bones, how dare you. Absolute beast. Ferocious creature. Unless that's just a time when the mic was gone, but whatever. I don't remember everything the best. It's a year ago. But anyways, so he thought he had actually destroyed my computer. That was his intention, was to destroy my computer. Which, by the way, I spent $1,000 on. My dad didn't actually smash it. He attempted to. Alright. And you would think after, I'm using attempted murder as a metaphor here, you'd think after attempted murder, you would be afraid of actually being murdered. Well, I guess I was not. So anyways, my dad was home alone, and that's the only way I could have recorded the video because I'm not allowed to use a computer. In fact, my dad thinks that it's broken, and so, yeah, I'm recording the Wither Storm video. I mean, the third one. And then, my dad came home early, and I didn't even hear them because I had headphones in, and I was like talking loudly on the mic, and then all of a sudden I hear a door shut. And I'm like, Scheisse, man! Which of course I didn't speak German at the time, so that's not actually like what I said, but whatever. Anyways, so yeah, anyways, I was screwed. My whole desk was in disarray. I had to clear everything off in order to set it up and play. So now what am I gonna do? Like, set it up, make it look in disarray all of a sudden? My computer took freaking a whole minute to actually power down. There was nothing I could do. He walked into my room, and he found it, and then, well, then I had my Wither Storm video was interrupted. I don't recall what actually happened then, but I can recall another incident where stupid me was on the computer. This is also prior to it being smashed. In the middle of the night, and my mom saw the lights coming from underneath the door. And after this, she woke up my dad. My dad came in, literally violently ripped cords out of the computer, which is it's a desktop, so it's like a big box with fans and stuff in it. Anyways, he just rips all the cords out and takes it. These are certain instances that have happened in this time, and it was kind of a big deal. But you'd think that with all these warnings, you might be more cautious, or I guess I didn't see the warning signs, even though they're so blatantly clear. I guess I didn't realize how big of a dick my dad was. So anyways, basically throughout my entire, ooh, perhaps that's why I was depressed. I think I was depressed actually before I even like started my channel, now that I think about it, because I had gone basically my entire sophomore year without a phone or computer. My dad had, I had bought it back in like 9th, and my phone I had gotten in 8th. But anyways, I got it like taken like right at the beginning of my sophomore year. So like my entire sophomore year up until like, I don't know, February or something, I didn't have my phone or my computer. But anyways, when I got my phone back, now you might be wondering like how I could be depressed not having that. I guess I don't feel like there's other things that I don't want to talk about in this video, okay, because they don't actually have to do with the topic, and they're kind of like deep, you know, so I don't have to talk about them in this video. In fact, some would argue that, you know, that's the kind of stuff you would say in a court, but I'm not here to talk about that. So you don't get to know, at least for now. But anyways, so there's other reasons I was depressed. It wasn't just technology being gone, okay? And a big part of it was kind of like boredom. Like all I had to do was like watch YouTube. And I know I was like really upset when my dad took that away, because I was like one of the core sources of entertainment when I'm at home. You know, I even had picked up writing after a certain incident happened, which would really, I guess, I can't say it would change my life, because my life was really like, I don't know, it is weird. But anyways, I'm sure you know what's coming. Everything I just said has happened literally is a giant red sign pointing to it. It's literally just like exit sign, exit sign, exit sign. So I feel like now we should finally get to the exit. He banned me from being on Discord. Alright, my phone, when I finally got it back, it had restrictions, and you know, I was careful for a little while. I didn't want to, like, he told me, like, oh, your computer, you, like, bypass these, you know, you bypass these restrictions, it's gone, whatever. I didn't listen. I did not listen. I did for a while. I was scared. But then I decided that I was going to, bypass the restrictions, because I wanted to talk to my friends, my online friends, and yeah, so basically I did that, and I got caught. My dad asked me to search something up, and you know, I'm gonna refrain from calling myself that. Anyways, I don't think you should call anybody that, including yourself. But anyways, I decided to just pull out my phone and search it up. What the frick was I thinking? I don't even know. Literally, my dad had, like, put a VPN on that, like, blocked me from using Safari. And here I am using Safari. Did I think that my dad was stupid or something? That he wouldn't realize that, like, wait a minute, I blocked the internet from you. You know, did I really think that he wouldn't realize when I freaking pulled out my phone and started using Safari that something was up? Because that's exactly what happened, was he realized, hey, wait a minute, you weren't supposed to be doing that. I thought I disabled that. Yes, because I had bypassed the restrictions on my phone. But anyways, he literally takes it. He looks at what I was looking at. What I had been doing, actually, was like when I'm not using anything. I'm supposed to close out all of my tabs and then turn the VPN back on when I was off of my phone. But I had not done that. And so, he sees that I was on Discord, YouTube, and, you know, searching stuff up. You know, I went against what he told me to do. And he takes my phone, and he literally smashes it several times into the steering wheel. Boom, gone. And you know what's even worse? I lost all of my photos. No. You know what? He had actually taken, when he put the restrictions on, he'd taken my phone in and got it factory reset. So basically, like, all of the photos of my dog, you know, they were, like, gone. Erased. And I only had a few that I got off of my dad's phone and my mom's phone on my phone after, you know, after the wipe. And now that, and also my dog, this is around October, actually, because on Halloween, my dog, the wind somehow blows open the gate to my yard, which is like a big metal gate, but the wind blows it open somehow. Some, like, Final Destination stuff. And my dog, the dogs get loose, and my dog gets hit by a car. He survives. And I record a video of me playing with him during his last week that he was alive on this planet. And basically, when my dad smashed my phone, I mean, I lost that video. So basically, every little thing I had about my dog was completely gone. Anything that had came from me. All that's left was a few things that my parents recorded, and they didn't record very much at all of my dog. It's so sad. It is really sad. I was broke. It wasn't even that the phone was smashed. The instant he did that, you know, I was like, oh my gosh. No, I mean, I was already upset, okay, because when he wiped my phone and I realized that I lost all the pictures, like, on my dog. But this is, like, after my dog has literally died, and all that's left, like, his last moments are literally on my phone. My dad just destroyed it. Now it's gone. I was so pissed. I completely broke down, and I didn't talk to my dad the rest of the day. Like, now he sat there and he talked to me. He gave me his stupid little talk, blah 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 blah. Here's what I'm right, here's what you're wrong. While I just sit there and stare at my broken phone on the floorboard, thinking about my freaking dog that I had to actually bury in the dirt myself. I went to the vet, and I saw them carry my dog. His body was, like, stiff, right? He died in his sleep, but he was, like, all stretched out, and then when he died, his body got all stiff. So he's, like, stretched out and stiff, kind of like a board. And I see him carried out by the nurse in a blue plastic bag, all wrapped up. And I'm, like, thinking, like, why is he in a bag? He can't breathe if he's in a bag. He'll suffocate. He's literally dead. He can't suffocate. He's dead. He's literally dead. It took forever to dig the hole because he was stretched out. And I had to, like, bend his limbs to fit into the dirt. And it was so hard, I couldn't even dig it deep. We had to put a bunch of stuff on top of it so that coyotes wouldn't dig him up and eat him. And then, all I could think about was his corpse rotting under the dirt and bugs eating him for like the next week. Oh my gosh, man. This is not what I scripted, man. This is not what I scripted at all. Okay, my script was just a few points, and I'm still on the first point, which is address why I've been inactive. It's because my dad smashed my computer. And he smashed my computer because my phone because I went and bypassed the restrictions on my phone. And anyways, he still not replaced it like he said he would a year later. And I've been depressed because I cannot, I'm just bored out of my mind all the time. Literally all I could do is watch YouTube, and there's like nothing to watch on YouTube half the time. So, there was a time where yeah, it's just so absolutely boring my life has been. But anyways, yeah, my dad smashed my PC that I spent my own money. And you know what? This wasn't even new, okay? This wasn't even new. This is just the kind of person my dad is. Because ever since, I was young, if I didn't clean my room, he would go through it and he would just throw all my toys away. Yeah, at one point, I think it may be 6th grade. Oh yeah, dude, ever since 4th grade, he's always telling me to freaking mature. He hasn't told me that, very much recently, in the, last few years. It kind of went up to just, 7th or 8th, and then things changed since then. But, I know from 4th grade, definitely through 6th grade, he's always told me to mature, but, because they acted younger. I literally have ADHD, which actually makes you mature slower, because I think there's, the prefrontal lobe or something develops slower. I don't know. And I feel like I'm not even being immature either. I feel that's part of the problem, but I feel like the biggest problem is just, my dad was raised different and had a lot more responsibilities when he was younger. But I'm just a kid, okay? 4th grade, I'm and you want to tell me to grow up. I'm still a freaking little kid, man. Anyways, I'm playing with Legos when I'm in the 6th grade. He hated that. And that's, in fact, why I got into Minecraft. It was because, I can build things, and it doesn't leave a mess everywhere. And there's nothing for my dad to throw away. Except there is, because in 9th grade, I was home alone. Because my dad, he went out for a little while with my mom, I think to dinner or something. And he said, no, the electronics. I had my computer at this time, by the way, because I had gotten a Switch, what was it, I think 7th grade. I decided, I want a Nintendo Switch. So I started saving up my money. And I bought one, $400, right before my 13th birthday. And I played on the Switch through 8th grade with my friends on, a Bedrock server. And then, I really enjoyed it. And I was kind of just a goofball. I started off, just, stealing and stuff. and then eventually I like realized like, oh, people find it annoying, and then I don't want to be annoying. And 8th grade is when I actually really started to like kind of like figure. Okay, so at this point of the video, for some reason my recorder stopped working. I don't know why, but basically I saved up my money in 9th grade to buy a computer because I wanted to buy a computer so I could play Java Edition because I really enjoyed Bedrock. And yeah, anyways, basically I thought when I was home alone, my dad said no devices. I was like, okay, but Kylie, my little sister, was watching YouTube on the TV, and I thought, oh, I want to watch YouTube. And so I asked her to, can I watch something, like, we can take turns? And she was like, no. So I just went in my room, I watched YouTube on my Switch. I thought it was okay. My dad gets home, I'm thinking it's perfectly justified to watch YouTube on my Switch, because she wouldn't share the TV. And I'm thinking, well, we're allowed to watch TV, I guess, because my dad didn't tell her no devices or anything, but, I mean, she's watching YouTube, why wouldn't I be allowed to watch YouTube? So I'm watching it on my Switch. My dad gets home, he asked what I did all day, or not all day, he was only gone for like an hour or something, I don't know. But I'm like, okay, well, I watched YouTube, and he was like, how? And I was like, on my Switch, because Kylie was watching TV, she wouldn't share, so I'm just telling them the story, like, as if there's nothing to be worried about, because I wasn't worried. I was like, it's okay, he'll be fine, he'll realize it's totally fair, right? My little sister wouldn't share the TV, so I watched the tablet. Nope, he said, give me your Switch. Go to my room, I get my Switch, I give it to him. Dang, this isn't fair. For taking my Switch. I mean, I was like, I thought I was. This isn't fair. She gets to watch YouTube, I don't get to watch anything. And now he's taking Switch. And he doesn't just take it. After he takes it from my hands, he throws it across the room and he smashes into oblivion on the floor. Yeah, so this is nothing new. Alright, that was like the first occurrence that he's like smashed anything. First occurrence would be like when we used to throw away my Legos. But anyways, then he's thrown away my Switch, and that's just back in 9th. Alright, now fast forward, I'm a junior and I haven't had a computer for a year and I cannot upload. Because I don't have a computer, my parents do not support my dream, and this video is actually being uploaded behind their backs because they wouldn't want to know, and I do keep in contact with my friends online, which I actually didn't for a long time, just because I was scared. But at this point, I'm tired of them getting in my way of my dreams, and I want to, I want to follow my dreams, because honestly, I've been feeling very, pointless. I've been feeling like everything's pointless. Every time they tell me, do this, do that, all my chores, what am I getting them done for? I get nothing in return. I get the work done, and what do I do at my leisure? I have nothing to do. It's just boredom. And it just makes everything feel pointless, and it makes me not want to be at home. And I've never wanted to be at home since 9th grade. I just don't. Since I lost my computer, there's nothing to go home to, because I can't follow my dreams, So there's no motivation to do anything, because what do I do when I'm done? Nothing. So I might as well take my time. There's no rush. Take my time doing the chores and just kill time. And that's all I've been doing is killing time. Except at school. I don't want to kill time at school. Time just flies because I enjoy school. It's the complete opposite of most people. Most people don't enjoy school, but I do because I'm not home and I have friends there. And I don't have friends at home. I have people I can talk to, people who understand me, and they know me for who I am. Maybe not exactly for who I am, but for who I, express myself as, whereas my family doesn't care who I express myself as, or who I really am. All they care about is all the fake shit that they constructed of me Namely because I leave them a bunch of blanks because I don't want to give them the truth, and then they just fill in the blanks with a bunch of nonsense. So they don't know who I am. Anyways, my friends do, and I get along with them. And so that's why I enjoy school. But there's no time in my life really to do YouTube other than, like, you know, I have school till like 3:30, and then I have track at like, yeah, then I have track right after school until 6 o'clock. Even on a Wednesday, I just get a little, like an hour before track, and then it still goes to 6. And my bedtime's at 8, which gives me like 2 hours. 2 hours. That's not enough time to do my German because I still have to eat, I still have to shower, and then, like, you know, am I really going to spend all of it doing my German? So I haven't really done my German since I started track because I don't have time. And mainly all I do is just sit in I just watch YouTube, or I've started kind of experimenting with songs, but like, really I can't do much. I'm not even going to be able to upload content like I would like to. I mean, I would really like to. My plan is, like, when I'm home alone, I could record some stuff, and then I could just edit it throughout the numerous days that I'm not home alone. I could just stay up at night editing it, or, like, edit it on this, not on this device, it'd be on my other device, of course, the device in the future that I'm gonna buy, because this computer here that I bought, actually, is junk. So I need to sell it, and I'm also gonna sell my Switch. Oh, that's right, I got a second Switch. I bought it last year for $50. But anyways, I'm gonna sell that Switch for like $250, because the original Switch I bought was like $300 plus another $80 for the warranty, which the warranty was like completely useless because I never like used the warranty. I was just afraid to use the warranty after my dad smashed it. Alright, well, that's about all I have to say. As far as videos in the future, I need to get another computer, and that could take forever. I'd probably in that time already have another update video up. But there will definitely be a video when I get the computer, which could be a month or two, I don't even know, ahead from now. So I can't really promise more content, but there's an update as to why I've been gone for people who might be curious. And that might not be very much. Okay, I have only 81 subscribers. Not that many people have been interested. But, you know, some people at school have even been interested. And I had some people who know my channel from my last school set who may be interested in, like, how I'm doing. So, here's an update for them. An update for anyone else. And, you know, my content, I strive for it to be more personal anyways. I want to do entertaining videos, and I also want to incorporate videos that are more personal for people who are looking for personal stuff, especially people that are, like, you know, that are suffering from depression themselves, because I know, you know, personalized content can help with that, and that's kind of a way that parasocial stuff could be a good thing, and that's a reason why I actually made one of my motivations on YouTube is actually to help people who are, you know, depressed, because there's actually an article, I could show it on screen in the editing, and it basically shows that certain YouTubers, they can help people with their depression, and I want to be, you know, lit for people's depression too, especially since I myself, when experiencing depression, look for somewhere to kind of distract myself from the world I'm in, and Technoblade is a great outlet for me. Although sometimes, because YouTube doesn't recommend older content, I forget he exists when I'm looking for something on YouTube, and I wind up just scrolling, doing absolutely nothing, just being bored and miserable. Anyways, if you want to support my dreams, then you could subscribe. Also, I'm gonna do a funny bit that every YouTuber does. According to YouTube, 64.5% of you watching are not subscribed. That's dangerously close to 67. You wouldn't want that, would you? Yeah, because if you don't subscribe, it's gonna wind up at 67 one of these times. You wouldn't want that. Why don't you just hit that little subscribe button? Yeah. It wouldn't hurt. Also, but I do encourage you not just to hit the subscribe button. Please check out my content and, you know, decide. You know, watch my other videos, decide, do I like this guy? Is he deserving of my subscription? And then, when you've decided whether I am or not, go ahead and do so. Also, please comment if you are experiencing any depression, if you relate with anything in this video, or if you have any advice for me. It'd be much appreciated. Also, I am recording this during the editing, so I already know about a note I made at the beginning of the video where I asked you also to comment if you've seen any of my original videos. Before watching this video, please comment. You know, I would like to know if you're a returning viewer. That's something that matters to me. And if you're new, let me know that too. You know, if you're sticking around. Or if not, whatever. Comment anyways. It doesn't hurt. I'm a small channel. It's not like you, like, I'll often not comment on other videos because there's already 1,000. Like, my comment doesn't really matter. But this is small. That's just my thought. But anyways, that logic doesn't apply here because I'm gonna read every comment. It's not gonna take me an hour. And even if it does take me an hour, it's only an hour. I'll stay up at night doing with nothing to do. If I'm bored, I can just read the comment section. Plus, I mean, it warms my heart. I'm also going to upload a video here, actually, addressing all the comments that have been left on my channel. So if you do leave a comment on this video, it will end up in that video. But that's about the only video I can promise going forward. I can't promise it soon. It might take a month. But it was a goal on my list for March, but guess what? We're already mostly through March. We're on the 20th already. Anyways, I would like to leave you on that note because this recording I'm currently at is at 13, and I'm gonna probably cut out half of it because it has pauses, but have a nice day, and I hope to see you, I hope for you to see me again. Bye-bye. This is the worst outro ever. Oh my god. Bye-bye. What am I thinking? I need to say something. Okay. Should I? No. I'm just gonna end the video. That's all.